Welcome back to Off the Pitch. I've got to kick off with Man City Arsenal. Not so much about the game, but another red card. Another red card, another draw. Piss. What's going on? There were two poor red cards, right? And kicking the ball. What's the need?
Well, I mean, like you say, another red card. It seems to always be us. It seems to always be us, and it always has to be Michael Oliver reffing Arsenal Man City. And I mean, the dust has settled a little bit now, so I've got some distance from it. I mean, initially, I couldn't have spoke to you boys because it was on my mind for non-stop afterwards for 24 hours. I couldn't fucking get that idiot's face out of my mind. He just, do you know what it is? English refs, they just want to make it about them. And for some reason, Arsenal seem to take the brunt of it. And I know every football fan thinks they're hard done by and decisions go against them. But there seems to be these moments where you don't see them again. You haven't seen them before and you don't see them after.
But is it Arsenal or is it Man City getting away with it? Because last
Well,
season,
I think
I
it's a
thought
bit of
maybe
both.
Doku did a flying kick, right? Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Well, look, and I know people have said afterwards, well, he was moving the ball back to where it should have been taken from. But the point is, the rule is, the reason people are getting booked and sent off, or Arsenal players are getting booked and sent off, is for delaying the restart. Well,
Yeah.
he knew Declan Rice was going to take that free kick, and he's delayed the restart. That's a booking.
Yeah. It's up to the ref to decide if it's from the right
Yeah.
spot.
So,
It's
and,
not
and
up
look,
to decide if it's from the right spot, right?
well, exactly. And I'm not a fan of rules are rules because I think there needs to be some nuance. Different games need to be refed in different ways. Some you need to stamp a bit of authority on the game quite early on so it doesn't get out of hand and they don't get overrun. And other games, you've kind of got to let them flow. And a big game like that, you've ruined the whole game. And Michael Oliver seems to want to make it about himself. He's got ties to City's owners. He's been flown out to Saudi to ref, and it's been doing the rounds this week. Got paid 20 grand to go and ref a game out there. Like, that's a conflict of interest. He's never sent off a City player in his career. 47 games he's refed of Cities. He's never sent a player off. He's sent off 7 Arsenal players, more than any other team. That stinks. In Europe, it doesn't happen. They get a team in, a ref and his linos.
But
They're a team. They come
Piss.
in, and for big games, they get them externally. So there's no connection. There's no conflict of interest. With this much money in the game, and with the league being decided by 1 or 2 points, how can you have these things up to the discretion of how he's feeling and whether he wants to be harsh with one team and let another team get away with it? Last season, when we played them at our place, Kovacic had 2 yellow card offences.
Yeah.
Howard Webb came out after and went, well, look, he didn't want to ruin a big game. Well, they are becoming a joke. Like the way they're set up, like it's just a little boys' club, all looking out for each other, covering mistakes. It stinks.
You talk about it, but
where
Arsene Wenger kicking a water bottle, getting a yellow card. Pep gave that seat a good kick. Nothing.
Yeah, well, look, they're rattled, didn't they? But I mean, there's a million examples of it. I've said it before. Michael Oliver, Martinelli went to block a throw-in and then ran up and tackled someone. There's a foul. And Michael Oliver went, yellow for that, you're off. I've never seen that before, and I've never seen it since. The Declan Rice one, I mean, I don't care who you support, everyone knows that was egregious. That was mental. But it seems to be like João Pedro in that same game booted the ball and didn't get booked. It's like if you're gonna ref the game in a certain way where it's rules are rules, you've got to apply it to everyone. You've got to be consistent. If you're gonna let the game flow, well, let it flow then and stop ruining massive games.
The big point there, hang on, the big point there is you've got to be consistent, right? You've got to be consistent. If you're gonna have a player, book a player for kicking a ball away, right? Forget if it's a second booking or first booking. If you're going to book a player for kicking the ball away, every time a player kicks a ball away, you have to book them. It doesn't matter if they punt it or if they tap it. You book them every time because the rule is the rule. you book them more, right?
Yeah.
So City players, yeah, they got away with it. Why are you booking one guy, not the other? And the other thing is, I mean, I go back to the, I'm always picked on being old, but how much better the games were when they just let these things roll and say, look, you do that again, you're going to go off, or you do that again, I'm going to have to book you, you're going to go off, right? It was like the first bit of kicking the ball. Like, just it's a big game. Or any game, you say, look, you do that again, that's it. We're going to stop the clock anyway. Nowadays, there was added time on added time. That's how ridiculous the football is now. You know, added time on added time. And you're telling me kicking the ball away is a problem. How is that a problem? You add the time on at the end anyway. So it's nonsense. It was just daft. It was just completely
but it's also,
daft. Like,
you've got, for me, you've got to see it as Rice got sent off only 2 games ago, right? You've got, for kicking the ball. You were in a good position at the Etihad.
But I don't
even do it.
But in that moment,
you look at it, if you watch it, and I've watched it over a couple of times. One, it's over the allotted time, and I know it's the added time is a minimum of, and so it can run over. Fine, I get that. But the ball's dropped to Trossard. The refs put the whistle to his mouth. If you look where Martinelli is, he's making a run down the wing. Trossard's basically pulled his foot back to release Martinelli to play him in. As the ref's blown his whistle, it's half a second, and then your adrenaline's pumping. You're playing in a really high intensity game. Like, use your fucking head, ref. Like, you need to. Could he not have gone? Look, mate. Do you know what? You're pushing your luck now. One more. I want any infraction like that. You're gone. And people go, all right, fine. He's used his head there. A little bit of nuance to the game, because every game's different. Let it run. Go. All right, one more of them. You're off. But why he couldn't wait to get that card out? Like, he was buzzing for it. And I was there against City last season. Kovacic again. I think he munched Declan Rice, and then he did it again 2 or 3 minutes later to Odegaard. Studs up, caught him on the ankle. The whole crowd knew it because it was the clearest yellow card you'll ever see. And Michael Oliver went, no, look, let's all just settle down.
Where's VAR then?
Yeah, this was only last season.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's a clear and obvious error. Where's VAR for that, right? It was
because I think it's a booking, right? So they won't use VAR for a yellow card. But the point is, it's like, if you can use your judgment in one situation, fine. That's okay, fine. Do that in all situations. If you're going to be by the book, be by the book. You can't have it both ways. You can't be by the book for one team and use your judgment for another, because that suggests a bias. And if you want to be, tinfoil hat, it says corruption. And if their bosses are paying you for extracurricular work, then this should be getting looked into. Like, the stakes are high. Even if it wasn't a title running, every place you finish higher in the league
is millions.
It's worth millions. Every goal that's scored to a team is worth millions.
Yeah.
So, like, it's got to be an exact formula in either way. You know what I mean?
Actual fair play stuff, everything you're saying is bang on important, right? But my only problem with Michael Oliver is, for somebody who's a top ref, allegedly, to keep getting it wrong, right? It's not a one-off. This guy's got history, right? He keeps getting it wrong, but he still keeps getting the big games. I don't understand. Why put him in that position?
I don't think the refs are enough. You look at the Champions League games, like the refs are decent in Europe. Like, you don't see any of this. The game's played, and it's all about the game. It's like the refs aren't a talking point afterwards, after the big derbies, because they get third-party external refs in that don't have any ties to any clubs, and they ref the game, and they let them play football. And, I mean, look, I've said it before, the analogy I use, it's like moving a nonce to a different district. It's like the Catholic Church moving, a priest gets caught nonce, and they don't throw the book at him. They go, "We're just you're gonna go to another district up north. We're gonna put you in a parish up there, right?" They just move them around. That's what the refs do in this country. One of them has a stinker, and they just go, "You sit this one out, mate. Go and do a Champions game, and next week it's the Merseyside derby. You'll be back on that. Don't worry."
Totally.
On that note, we're all getting a red card for this.